Hi everyone, my name is Vita and this is Hippie Crow Hub. Thank you for tuning in to this first video of 2025. I got a couple of things done during the holidays because I love to craft, and in between the busy times there are little moments like when you watch a movie or you're sitting down or just want to make something. I call my crafts my fidget toys because I love making things. I love to get busy with my hands. I feel it's very soothing and peaceful to me. So I'm just going to quickly share all the things I've crafted or made or upcycled or remade and reused and why and the purpose of it. And yeah, I hope you're entertained. So to start, you can probably notice that we have a little bird infestation here. I've been going on about making a new logo. Well, to be honest, I didn't have one for this whole time, and I felt like I actually need to make an actual logo for Hippie Crow Hub. And I'm not amazing at like graphic design or like using computer, so I did it my way. I did a paper kind of collage cutout thing with a little bit of paint, and I did 3 versions of the idea that I had, and I decided that this one is going to be the main one that I will have to ask someone to help me to translate it into a digital version. Let me just show you a little bit as a close-up. So this one, the yellow, has a little bit of a kind of sun rays vibe here, and it says Hippie Crow Hub. So the crow is consistently the same, but the background is slightly different. So this poster I'm gonna keep if I do some markets that I can bring it to put it on my booth. Then this one is going to stay here, which is pretty much the same as the other one. It's just that the yellow is completely flat without the lines of the sun rays. So this will stay here because most of my content I make in this background. And this little guy here that is slightly different, but still, like I said, the idea is the same and the crow is staying the same. I'm going to bring to my little shop rack at 306 College Street. The market is called Bazaar, but I have a small rack, a little booth rented out for my crafts and for what I sell. So I'm going to put that up there. And yes, these are my logo ideas, and I designed them manually because that's kind of how I roll. Also, I had some broken jewelry that I wanted to make a use of, and I was keeping them, and I didn't have a lot of time, and it just kept piling up, but I finally managed to get it done. So these are the few things that I got done. For example, these earrings were just plain little hoops with kind of peeling off paint. So I thought I will do a little crochet over them just to funk it up. Also, ironically, I made these Christmas decorations right after Christmas, not before Christmas, so they will have to wait for a year until I use them. But hey, it's all good. And these are made from broken bracelets. They were, well, actually, they were not broken, but they were discolored and just not pretty anymore. There were 3 bracelet like bangles tangled together, so I had to cut few of them, like the wire, to open them up and take them apart. But I used that base of the bangle bracelet and I crocheted it over to turn them into little kind of Christmas decorations. So there you go, these simple ideas, and all this beads and the yarn I already had at home. So it was very easy recycling idea to recycle the broken jewelry. Couple of earrings I made. I had like a vintage pin that broke in the back, so I turned it into like a necklace. I used a couple of old little jewelry pendants that were also from a broken jewelry. I turned them into different kind of little pendant necklaces. I crafted some earrings with some beads that I had. A variety of little things. I also made little necklaces for my daughter, 2 little chokers. Both of these little pendants are silver, and they are the remains of lost earrings. Once in a while we lose one earring, but the other one stays with us. So I used the ends of the earrings and I turned them into little pendants. And my daughter wanted to have some little chokers, so I made these 2 for her, and she's been really happy wearing it. She's 9 now, she's a little lady. Another random thing that I decided to craft. So this one has a funky story. Okay, this is completely random. This is something that I just love to craft and make for really no real reason, just from my own self-entertainment. So this rusted piece, this wire thing, I have no idea what it really is. I tried to Google it up and tried to figure out what it is, but I have no idea. I found it at the beach, and I just pulled it out, and I was like, oh my God, this is kind of dangerous. It's a wire sticking out. Someone can pierce their feet. So I pulled it out and I was going to chuck it in a bin. But then I thought, you know what? It was broken up. It was 2 pieces. And then as I was looking at it, I figured that it's a complete piece, but I had no idea what this is for. This could be an antique or vintage item from some ships or something, or this could be completely something pointless and useless and have no important history to it at all. But I thought it was really neat because it had all these little rocks attached to it. This was the original thing. All these little rocks that are attached onto this. This is not something I did. This was what nature did to it, the water and the rocks and the resting. And then I attached it to this fabric and this embroidery wheel. And then it was hanging on the wall on its own. But then I figured I have all these little random shells and beads and little things, leftovers from my craftings, that I wanted to make use of it. So I decided to decorate this with my leftover beads and shells and rocks, and I think it turned out really cute. It's on my wall. It's not for sale. It's just my own personal entertainment, and I find it very satisfying to make things like that, especially out of stuff that is just scraps and wastes and leftovers of things. So I don't need to go shop for certain ingredients, and yeah, just ideas of how to make trash into art. All right, let's move on. Another thing, okay, so this little cardigan had sleeves. I bought it for my daughter because it was very small size. The sleeves were really tiny, so it definitely wouldn't have fit me. It's 100% cotton, and that's one of the reasons why I bought it. But then my daughter said the shape of it doesn't feel comfortable for her, so she doesn't want to wear it, which is fair enough. So I thought that I can make use of it as a top of a vest. It will be like a snug summer top with a little bit of a cropped kind of belly. Yeah, all I did is remove the sleeves. I just cut them off, and then I did overlock on the edges. And that's it. So there you go, another way to use up something that doesn't work. Next item is this one. So I thrifted a 100% wool cardigan that had a stain here. And the reason I thrifted it, it was on sale and it was only a couple of dollars. The main reason was because it was 100% wool. So at that point, I didn't know if I'll use it for patchwork or if I'll cut it up. But I decided that it's a really pleasant cardigan. and I can just cover up the stain. I believe it's a hot coffee stain, so it had a very noticeable damage and it wasn't going to wash out. So I did this. I used some scraps of cardigans that I cut up for patchwork, and I just attached them. I did it by hand. And my daughter really loves this cardigan. Actually, today she wanted to wear it. I said, can I please have it for this video? And then you can wear it every day after that. She was like, okay, fine. So there you go. Another item is this green cardigan. Same thing. I thrifted it because it was 100% cashmere wool. And it feels really, really pleasant. And I have actually been wearing this like almost every day while hanging out at home during holidays. I even went shopping with it. It is super warm, but it's super thin and very pleasant. Of course, the fabric is very good quality, but the problem was that it had many little holes. I believe it could be because of moth damage, or maybe bad washing, that some zipper or something ruined it. Who knows? I don't know how it got there, but I decided to cover the stains up, not the stains, to cover the holes up with little embroideries. I wasn't gonna be able to cover the holes in a way that it's unnoticeable, so I decided to make it more noticeable by adding little flowers. There's another one here, and there's where are they? There is another one here. So they're really random, and you know, I could have added a lot more flowers everywhere. That would have been a lot of extra work, but I thought, you know, I'll just let destiny decide where the art goes. And I didn't even use embroidery a thread. I didn't have any. I just used regular thread. You know, they're not like super technical embroideries, but I kind of like the style. It's very simple and elegant, and you know, why not? Like, it's a unique little thing that's going on there. And if I develop more holes, then I can do more flowers on it. So I think with time it will get decorated extra if it needs to. Same idea with a different item. I thrifted this. It was originally a dress. It was like up to the knees, and it's a fabulous style. When I bought it, actually, with this particular item, I didn't notice the holes in it, and I bought it because I thought it was like fun and nice item, and it had a belt. And then after I washed it, I noticed all those little holes all over it. And then I was like, oh shoot, damn it, you know. But then I was looking at it and thinking, you know, I can totally make a use out of it in a different way. A dress, not very practical for me because I wouldn't wear it often enough. But I figured if I cut it and turn it into just a casual top to go with trousers or jeans, and cover the holes in exactly same way, with embroidered little flowers like this in like the most random areas, and some have more of it than others, but yeah, I think it's like quirky and fun, and yeah, why not? Look at this one. I like how it looks. I think it is a very neat way, you know, if you can hide it, flaunt it, right? And yeah, so I think I shared all the little items that I have remade, upcycled, or crafted during the holidays, and I'm very excited about it. So this is like my personal batch, pretty much, but I love making these things, and this is a little way, a little ideas how you can be more mindful and reuse old things that you would normally want to get rid of, or toss it in a thrift. Even in a funny way, this was not originally mine, and then it got damaged. I actually bought it damaged. So there you go. You know, I saw potential and I thought, why not? Because, you know, all these good quality fabrics that would cost us a lot otherwise, and it would end up in a landfill, and it would end up being a total waste. And why not? I personally feel good about doing it. I'm not saying I'm changing the world, but I'm being a little bit more mindful by doing it. I am being a little bit more grateful practically without just saying I'm grateful, to you know, to soothe my nervous system. I'm actually making small decisions and taking action and showing physically my gratefulness for the resources and materials that it takes to produce all this clothing. So that's been my lifestyle pretty much most of my life, and had, you know, moments more or less being more or less wasteful. But with a small business and with what I talk about and with what I do more and more of it because I find it very entertaining too, very fun, and why not? So, okay, guys, I tried to make a little bit more effort to create slightly more colorful background this time. My last video was extremely dull color-wise, and someone made a good point in a comment and said that that colorful background is a big thing for the viewer's perception, and I 100% agree. So here we are. There's red, green, yellow, black, and rays of sunshine, which I couldn't control. I tried to maneuver the curtain, but I'm still getting some glare. But hey, we're doing the best we can every day, and let's start a new year with a strong, positive attitude. Have a lovely week. I'll see you next Monday at 10 a.m. Bye. Mwah.